The STIHL Timbersports Team World Championship format. In the team competition, teams of 4 each have to compete in a 4-discipline relay. The order of the disciplines during the team heat is as follows. First up, stock saw, followed by underhand chop, then single buck, and finally standing block chop. Each discipline is executed by a separate team member, and the subsequent discipline can only be started after the previous discipline has been completed. The overall time for a team only counts after finishing the last discipline. Starting a discipline too early will result in a 15-second time penalty. The team competition demands the utmost concentration, endurance, and precision, and the teams have to plan their efforts strategically over the course of the rounds. First, they have to show their skills in a time trial. Only the top 12 teams from the time trial will make it directly to the round of 16. The remaining slower teams from the time trial are relegated to the last chance round. In this round, they need to complete 1 heat, and only the 4 fastest teams from the last chance round advance to the round of 16. The rest are eliminated from competition. In the round of 16, the knockout phase of the competition begins. Here, the fastest teams from the time trial will face the slower teams in reverse order. The teams now continue to compete in the knockout system through the quarterfinals and semifinals. The losers of the semifinals will fight for the bronze medal in the small final. After this, the top 2 teams will compete one more time to see who takes the Team World Championship title. Before we get into it, here are the results after the last chance qualifier. In addition to the 12 fastest teams from the time trial, the Netherlands and Hungary qualified for the round of 16. Ireland and Romania were eliminated. And the teams march in with all the pomp and circumstance, deserving of an open ceremony, as it should be. Leading the teams in is Team Belgium, followed by Team Czech Republic, led by Karolina Urbanova. Then comes Great Britain, led by Rachel Farrington, the British women's champion. Finally, Sweden, who is always putting together a great team. And here are the pairings for the round of 16. The first heat will see a neighborly fight between Germany and Switzerland. Reigning record and perennial world champions Australia will face Hungary, and the US will take on the Netherlands. So the first heat, Germany up against Switzerland. Transitions need to be clean.
3, 2.
Okay, here we go. Flo Hegele for Germany. Severin Bühler for Switzerland. Both of them getting through on that stock saw very quickly. Marcel Steinkemper up against Christoph Geisler. Steinkemper over to the other side of his block ahead of Geisler. Steinkemper has the advantage, but he was a little bit slower as Christoph Geisler managed to come through faster than Steinkemper and now sends it over to Pirmin Gnedinger, who is up against Danny Martin. Danny Martin did a great job to catch up, and how it comes down to Fjellwerth against Reinhardt, and Reinhardt does it for Switzerland, eliminating Germany from the competition. Wow, what a great job by Switzerland to come from behind.
And the winner is Team Switzerland!
A bitter disappointment for the German team, and once again their journey ends in the round of 16, but let's hear what they have to say about this battle.
Ja, wir sind ein extrem gutes Team. Wir haben im Time Duel gezeigt, was wir können. Jetzt ging es sich leider nicht so aus. Ja, was soll man sagen? Weiter kämpfen.
Well, I thought that we all delivered as much as we could. We gave it our best, and in the end, I think the ensemble made it out.
Okay, next heat up, we have Belgium up against Czechia. This should be an interesting one. Czechia slightly with the advantage if we look at the tail of the tape, and there is our list of athletes that will be competing in the various disciplines in this heat. And here we go right away. Robin Cuvelier up against Vítězslav Sukup, and they are over to the underhand chop quickly. Koen Martens on the underhand for Belgium going up against Zdeněk Maraš. And wow, that was a quick one. And we are very fast onto the single buck, and basically no chance to even tell you about what's happening, as it's a battle of 2 young guns, but it is Matthias Klima with the faster cut on the standing block chop to finish it off. And that means Camille van Remdonk is making one last hit there. And we are under review now, and it could be something to do with transitions.
For both teams, for transition discrepancies, and there's a 15-second penalty awarded to Team Czech. So the winners, Team Belgium.
Oh, Belgium got a little bit lucky there with the transition penalty of 15 seconds for the Czechia team, and that means they move on.
It was a tight race. Czechia did a better cut, but make a mistake with the transition, so had a 15-second penalty. So that's where we went through, but that's not the way we want to win. So we're going to try to improve next round to see that we work to be on that stage.
All right, next heat, Great Britain against Canada. Third place last year Canada had, so Great Britain is in tough in this one.
Go!
Very nice start by both teams. Mitch Hewitt and Graham Turner doing it on the stock saw. Moving over to the underhand chop, and you can see there Nate Cumberland up against Glenn Pendleton, and Nate Cumberland is a very strong underhand chopper. And now moving over to the single buck, Jeff Larkin up against Tom Redmond. Jeff Larkin, oh my goodness, Jeff Larkin cut it out there, and that means it's going to be a bit of a slower time for the Canadians. And Sterling Hart up against Rob Chatley, and Rob Chatley drops it. But I think the Canadians might have a problem because you could see that piece of wood there, and we may have a review on the play.
So we have a 15-second time penalty for an incomplete disc on the single butt. Therefore, the winner is Team Great Britain.
Wow, what a turn of events there. Great Britain eliminates Canada.
It's timber sports. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it doesn't. We cut a lot better as a team. We just had a little bit of a hiccup in one event, but we win as a team and we lose as a team. So we wish all the best to Great Britain and hope they move forward well.
Wow, what a heat. We knew we had to go out and give it everything we had. Obviously, couldn't make any mistakes. Obviously, we're up against Canada. Unfortunately for those guys, it happened, and we prospered.
All right, next up we have France up against Poland. Poland definitely has the advantage in the tail of the tape with their personal best being 49.25. France has a little bit of work cut out for them. We know both teams are strong, and as we just saw from the previous heat, anything can happen. And here we go. Right away into it, Adrien Courteau and Nikolai Grunwald on that stock saw. Underhand chop, we've got Maurice against Dubicki. And Dubitsky has to step down. Maurice is quicker into it and allowing Pierre Puy-Barret to get going on that single saw. But Kaczmarek is a big man, and he did a bit of catching up. And now Voisin against Grunwald on the standing block chop. Will it be Voisin or Grunwald? It will be Grunwald doing it for Poland in 57.78. That means France is eliminated.
And the winner is Team Poland.
So no big surprise in this heat. Poland advances, France eliminated despite strong support from the fans in the audience.
So it's a very good competition today. We make our best on the stage, but it was not enough to against Team Poland. So now it's finished for us, that's all. The key moment for us was the French crowd, because they are on, everyone is here only for us, so it's still amazing. They make every World Championship, and we can't thank them a lot. So.
All right, next heat we have Hungary up against Australia. And boy, what a tough battle this is going to be for the Hungarian side. The reigning world champions for the 5 previous years. That is a tough break for them. So right away into that stock saw, and both teams looking quite good here as we move quickly over to the underhand chop. And this is going to be a tough battle. They've switched up a little bit in the underhand, and we have Cody Steers on the underhand chop, and boy, straight into it and over to the standing block chop. And that was about as an easy win as it gets for Australia, 52-67. And a very nice time, though, for Team Hungary with a 120.27.
And the winner is Team Australia!
So no real big surprise here either. A quick word from our 5-time world champion, Mitch Argent, for the Team Australia.
Yeah, pretty good run then. I think it was 52, so yeah, keep going and keep on rolling like that. We'll go back to our original team and work for gold.
All right, heat number 6, Austria against New Zealand. Again, another battle that's going to be a hard one for the Austrian side. You can see New Zealand has a young team coming in. A few of their main guys are not available, so it's going to be interesting to see if that makes a difference for them here as we get into that stock saw straight over to the underhand chop. And it's looking good for both these teams. And boy, quick there with Jack Jordan getting through that underhand chop for New Zealand onto that single buck. And we could see it's looking very good. And Cherry drops the block for New Zealand. And unfortunately for Austria, their time is just too slow against New Zealand, and they are eliminated.
New Zealand!
And it is clear for New Zealand, even with their new young talents, it is looking good for that team in the future.
Yeah, no, we had a good round there. It's great. It's a great atmosphere out here tonight. Great to be here. Let's hope we can keep getting quicker in the later rounds. Thank you.
Ja, die war schlecht. Ja, weil unsere persönliche Bestzeit ist um die 1:10. Das war ja unser Ziel und ja, wir haben uns ein bisschen zu viel vorgenommen und das haben wir leider jetzt nicht erreicht und ich bin eigentlich nicht zufrieden damit.
Italy is also in the house, representing their country.
The national pro champion for Italy. A lot of hopes resting on his shoulders for the Italians.
We are strong, we are a great team together.
Oh, look at that, a personal best. And boy, that was quick, it was very close. You can see how tightly contested this one is between these two teams. It's going to be a close one, it looks like it might be Italy, no!
I think we will see something really good for us.
Okay, now the Italians are taking on Sweden in this heat number 7. Of course, the Italians have the crowd on their side. Will that push them beyond a very strong Swedish side? Let's see.
Three, two, one, go!
Interesting to see Andrea Rossi cutting for the stock saw for the Italian side against Pontascia. And now he sends it over to Ferry Swan, who's going up against Michel Perrin, who represents Italy for the individual world title. Wow, Kalle Swadling now on that single saw up against Michael Delpine. Will he send it over quickly to Emil Hansen? He does. Emil Hansen on that standing block up against Alessandro Chiapponi, and it looks like it's going to be a sailing win for Sweden here as that block drops in 53-13. And a final couple of drivers for Chiapponi. And Sweden eliminates the Italians here.
And the winner is Team Sweden!
It really is too bad for the Italians. However, there's no shame in being eliminated by this incredibly strong Swedish team, and they still deserve the applause from this audience who love them.
Siamo soddisfatti di questa gara, la pressione era molta per gareggiare in Italia e quindi nonostante questa pressione siamo felici di aver raggiunto un buon risultato, cioè di aver migliorato il nostro personal best.
Last heat in the round of 16, the USA up against Netherlands. Good solid start by both teams on the stock saw, sending it over to underhand quickly. They evenly matched up right now as Redmer Knoll up against Matt Kogar. Now over to Eugene Harris and Mark Boquin on that single saw. Who's going to send it to the big man, Jason Lenz? It's going to be Jason Lenz getting there onto that standing block first. And once he starts, there's really no catching up to him if he's got that much of a lead. Ben Terpstra for the Netherlands, and Netherlands gets eliminated here in this heat.
Team USA!
So the always strong Team USA cruise to a win here and are looking good for a possible championship. The Netherlands, unfortunately, are out.
Yeah, it was really fun. We had 3 rounds of chopping, and we even had a personal best, 1:17. So we're really proud of that. And yeah, the atmosphere is awesome with all the lights and the music and everything. So it's tough.
Well, that's it for the round of 16. There were quite a few time penalties that led to surprises, more than we've seen in the past. No one expected Czechia and Canada to be eliminated from the competition that early on. And it's not because of the atmosphere of the Allianz Cloud, that's for sure. And all of the teams definitely confirm that the atmosphere here is electric and fantastic. So a quick summary of the round of 16. Germany falls again in the first round, this time against Switzerland. Great Britain beats Canada, somewhat surprisingly in fact, and the Czech Republic, or Czechia, is also eliminated after the first round. Otherwise, Australia, Sweden, Poland, and New Zealand, along with the USA, have all made it to the quarterfinals. Now the quarterfinal matchups. Switzerland will face the Chopperoos from Australia. That'll be a tough one. Great Britain will now take on New Zealand. Another hard battle there. And Belgium will face Sweden in an all-European duel, with Poland facing off against the USA. And we jump right into heat number 1, Australia versus Switzerland. Okay, Switzerland, Australia. Here we go.
To your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Severin Bühler on stock for Switzerland. O'Toole has been solid all night long on that discipline. And now moving over to Braden Meyer up against Christoph Geisel on the underhand chop. There's just nobody better than Braden Meyer as he is through quick and easy. And now Pierman Gnadinger going up against the legend Brad DeLosa, who actually got a little bit hooked up there, gave an opportunity to the Swiss side, but no chance as Mitch Argent gets on that block, drops it in 51-7-0, and Switzerland is eliminated, with Ollie Reinhardt doing his best just to get a good time in the books for the Swiss side. We'll see improvements from these guys year by year with the new talent they've got coming in, including Ollie Reinhardt. But unfortunately for today, it's not enough.
Team Australia!
So as I said, it's all over for Switzerland after the quarterfinals, but they can be satisfied with their performance, most definitely.
Ouais, aujourd'hui, notre but, c'était de battre notre record personnel à 59 secondes. On avait fixé un objectif à 55. Ça n'a pas fait aujourd'hui, on n'avait peut-être pas les voix qui allaient pour. Ça n'a pas vraiment bien joué, mais on est quand même heureux d'avoir fait tous ces rondes-là et de sortir de la scène contre les Australiens. Donc pour nous, c'est aussi objectif.
All right, next up we have Great Britain versus New Zealand with a small change for the British side, and that would be Rachel Farrington starting things off in the stock saw discipline. No major changes for New Zealand. They stay as what works for them.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Oh no, the saw didn't start for Rachel Farrington, or at least it got stalled as the pickup, and she can't restart it. That's a huge, huge, huge hit against Great Britain right now, as New Zealand has moved on to their underhand chop already and are well through into this competition. And now we see Tom Redmond on that single saw, but no chance for them as New Zealand is already well and truly done and dusted. Cherry dropping that block. They could take their time on that one. They eliminate Great Britain here. And yeah, Rob Chatley, disappointed face there on that final driver for Great Britain. Too bad for them.
And the winner is Team New Zealand.
Well, after problems in the stock saw, it was an easy win for Team New Zealand. Let's hear what they had to say about that.
We've definitely got some improvement in us. We all need to be a bit better come next round. I think we're up against Australia, so we'll have to bring our best and yeah, see what happens.
Yeah, it's been a great competition. We had a bit of bad luck there. When Rachel went to pick the saw up, it just cut out. So we'll see what happens. We put an appeal in, but sometimes that's what happened in timber sports. We got luck in the round before, so maybe it wasn't our time.
Yeah, unfortunately, Rachel Farrington hit the kill switch on the pickup, so had to restart that saw. Now we're moving on to our next heat against these two guys here. Sweden up against Belgium. We've seen this battle in the past before. It's usually a pretty good one. Sweden has a very strong team this year. And that young man right there, Camille van Remdonk, he is going to be a killer in the future. Keep a close eye on him, but right now they've got to work well as a team. Here we go.
Stand to your timber. 3, 2, 1, go!
Nice even start by both sides. Good clean cuts on that stock saw, sending it over to the underhand chop. Now we got some pace here. Ferry Swan against Koen Martens. Both of them switching over to the other side, pretty close to each other. Koen Martens actually had the lead, but Ferry Swan was quicker on that second side. And now we get over to Kalle Svadling for Sweden, who is quick as a wink through that single saw. And Emil Hansen looking like he is having no love for that block at all. Here comes Camille van Remdonk for Belgium, though, trying to catch up to Emil Hansen. Will he be able to do it? No, he will not. And Sweden eliminates Belgium, but it was a real close driver. Last two hits for Camille, and that was it.
Team Sweden!
The last heat we tried to pull our best run out just to break our national record again. It didn't work out that way, but that's how the competition goes. We give all we had, so that's all the race we do.
Nej, men vi har hittat ett bra flyt nu och det stämmer bra, så det här var inte eget 100%, men nästa runda då får vi köra på.
Yeah, there might be a dark horse in the field.
Good thing that you see the young people going there and they pushing each other, but they're also pushing ourselves. So we only try to be the best as we can be because the young guys are coming.
Doing what we did from 3 years to now. I can't wait to challenge them in the stage, but I know they're very good and very strong axemen.
Put him in the situation with the team, and boy, he is a tough one to beat.
I mean, that Polish team is just intimidating to be around.
Simon Grunwald over to the second side. Who's going to get through there? The power of both of these guys is incredible.
The young kid from Poland, these guys are all, I'm just going to call them beasts, you know, and I can't slip up. So any one of those three, they could send some veterans home real quick.
Oh my word, this is gonna be so close. Poland, Poland!
There you go. Oh yes!
All right, next heat coming up, Poland against the USA. Poland has shown some real gumption here. They are a solid, solid team, and the USA is going to have their work cut out for them.
3, 2, 1, go!
Very quick start there by Nikolai Grunwald on that stock saw. Shifting it over to the underhand chop now. Marcin Dubitsky going up against Matt Kogar. Kogar onto the other side of his block, slightly ahead of Dubitsky, but boy, they transitioned over to that single saw real quick. And now it's going to be a battle between these single sawyers to get it to the standing block staff. Standing block is looking good now. And wow, Szymon Grunwald over to the second side of his block, and he is looking very, very solid. He might do it. They might eliminate the USA. Will they manage to do it? They do it. Poland eliminates the USA. And look at the jubilation from the Polish side. They can't barely believe it.
The winner is Team Poland.
I don't know if we can call this a surprise. We've seen the Polish team develop over the last few years with these two young Grunwald brothers. They beat the 2024 world champion runner-up from the USA. And the Polish fans seem to like that too. And let's hear what these guys have to say about that heat.
Tak, jesteśmy zadowoleni, udało się pokonać Stany Zjednoczone. Był to ciężki wyścig, ale byliśmy lepsi.
Well, Szymon Grunwald has every reason to be beaming, and his ear-to-ear grin says it all. After an outstanding quarterfinal heat, the team knocked out one of the favorites from the competition. It was a real coup, as the USA was the only team last year that came dangerously close to beating the Chomperoos in the final. That means that after Canada's early exit and now the USA being eliminated, only the top favorites from Australia and New Zealand remain to battle with strong teams from Sweden and Poland. These duels have whet our appetites for more. The semifinals promise pure excitement. And while we take another look at the extremely close quarterfinal highlights, we see the decisive final blow in the standing block chop. Szymon Grunwald is a notch faster than Jason Lenz. Really impressive. Hats off to the Polish team. So this is how the tournament tree currently looks. As expected, Australia is confidently in the semifinals, where they will be facing longtime rival New Zealand, a true classic duel that guarantees excitement. The second semifinal will be an all-European clash, Poland against Sweden. And this means that after more than 8 years, we will once again see a European team in the final. First up, we'll see the duel between Australia and New Zealand, followed by Sweden against Poland. Who will take it to the final? Let's find out. Semi-final, heat number 1. Whew, it is getting hot in here. New Zealand versus Australia. The 9-time world champions, the last 5 in a row for Australia and New Zealand. They want to take that record away from them and get back on the top of that podium, but they've got a lot of work cut out for them with this young team. Let's see how they do.
2, 1, go!
Good start. Both stock saws running clean. Lawrence O'Toole has been solid all day. Chris Lord doing well as well. Braden Meyer, Jack Jordan. These two guys can really chop that block underhand. Who's going to get through there first? It's going to be Braden Meyer. That's kind of expected, but it was only a half stroke behind as Jack Jordan sent it over to Quinton Fawcett. But Brad DeLosa is a tough one to beat in that single saw. And now it is down to Mitch Argent against Cleveland Cherry. Mitch Argent really working that block from that second side. And it looks like it's going to be once again Australia going to the finals. They will battle for that top spot. Once again, Cleveland Cherry doing his level best to get through that block. But it is going to be New Zealand going to the small final to try and get the third spot on the podium.
And the winner is Team Australia!
It was a well-fought battle for New Zealand, but they just fell a bit short.
We didn't have a bad run, just those last couple of races, sort of a few small mistakes cost us, but I think we've outperformed what a lot of people expected of us, so yeah, we can only get better from here.
All right, here's that all-European battle we promised you. Poland up against Sweden. This should be a very interesting one because Poland has been super strong today, as has Sweden. And both deserving of being here the way they have battled all day long. Lineup's pretty much the same for both of these teams, so no changes. Keep a strong thing going. Don't fix a running engine. Here we go. From Pontoshia for Sweden and Mikolaj Grunwald for Poland. They send it over to the underhand chop. Ferry Swan against Marcin Dubicki. Marcin over to the second side quick. Ferry Swan went deeper on that first side, I think, so we may see a good battle here. Oh, a step down by Dubicki, but he got back up there, controlled the hit, and now sent it over to our two single sawyers, Kalle Svadling and Christian Kaczmarek. Oh, boy, they were quick. And now we are on to Simon Grunwald up against Emil Hansen. Grunwald over to the second side, slightly behind Emil Hansen. And will it be the Poles or the Swedes moving on to the final? Oh my God, look at that. It's going to be Poland moving on with one or two drivers ahead. Oh no, but we have Poland under review.
So we have 2 penalties for Team Poland for incorrect transitions between disciplines. Therefore, the winner is Team Sweden.
Oh, what a setback for Poland, but the rules are clear, and these transitional errors have already caused several surprises today, the most in years, in fact. I mentioned that earlier. That means that Poland, like New Zealand, is out of the running for the title, but not completely over for them, as both teams will have another chance to prove themselves in the small final for third place. In the meantime, the finals are set. New Zealand will face Poland in the small final, and a duel that promises to be very exciting. And the grand finale will be a showdown between Australia and Sweden. This is an historic moment for Sweden. They are in a Timbersports final for the first time and will challenge the dominant Chopperoos. And the way they've been performing today, it is anybody's guess whether or not Australia will manage to get past Sweden. They have been massively good, though, and with 5 years in a row, wow, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Surprised, I think some of the young athletes could be surprising some of the veterans.
In the past, it's probably been Australia, but you know, they're all pretty tough to beat. So yeah, I'm sure they'll all be pretty hard to beat on the night.
New Zealand's team sort of dropped off from the last couple of years. They're in a real rebuilding stage, and but yeah, America, Canada, you know, them guys are going pretty hard. And
a bit of a younger team this year, so hopefully we can put our best foot forward and yeah, come away with a win.
I think it's great to see the young athletes coming up to the World Championship, because the sport is growing and all the athletes are getting better and better. And
it's getting harder and harder to beat them, but that's also great for the sport too. It pushes us harder, so it makes us improve as well. Our goal's always to win. Yeah, just hopefully we can get the job done.
Okay, folks, here is that small final we talked about. This is the battle for third place and the bronze medal position on that podium. New Zealand up against Poland.
1, go!
Again, both teams starting really well in that stock saw. Nikolai Grunwald doing a great job. Chris Lord over there doing it for New Zealand, sending it over to the underhand chop. Now we have a couple of big boys. Marcin Dubitsky up against Jack Jordan. Both of them transitioning to the second side at the same time. Hit for hit, they're dead even with each other. Dubitsky starts to pick up the pace, but it is Jack Jordan through first, sending it over to Quinton Fawcett. And now Christian Kosmarek has a chance to catch up to the young New Zealander. Will he be able to do it? Quinton Fawcett has a nice lead in this one, though, and it's going to be a question of now is, oh boy, Christian Kosmarek has done a great job to give it to Shimon Grunwald, and will it be Grunwald moving over to that second side against Cleveland Cherry? Well in advance, a huge block falls off for Grunwald, and Poland is third place. And if everything stands to be fair and we've got a good transition game for Poland, they are going to be on the podium, and that means 2 European teams on the podium today no matter what.
Team Poland!
Wow, what a heat. A great celebration among the Poles as they have done fantastic today.
Jesteśmy bardzo zadowoleni z brązu. No jest to naprawdę niesamowity wyczyn po długim czasie. Kiedyś było wicemistrzostwo świata. Atmosfera przepiękna, zawody piękne, tylko szkoda półfinału, ale wiadomo, sport jest jaki jest. Są wzloty i upadki, ale mamy brąz. Dziękujemy. Polska górą!
Well, this was a battle that went right down to the wire. Literally, you could see both teams just keeping up with each other at every step of the way. This was a great run here for Quinton Fawcett, but Christian Kosmarek was so good. And that big chip that came out of that block there, man, what an advantage for Poland. What a great job they did today, and they could be very proud of themselves. Cleveland Cherry with that last driver. Unfortunately for them, fourth place is all they're going to get today.
They will be going up against the champions from 2014 through to 2017, Team Australia.
We are getting to witness Australian cutting. We are witnessing not the greatest wood chopping that has ever happened.
Team Australia!
They will go up against the machines from Australia.
It's ridiculous. That is not far off the world record.
World record!
They've broken the world record, and they are repeat world champions. It is all to be decided right now.
Yeah, you might see a European world champion at the World Championships, but yeah, if I've got anything to do with it, it won't happen. I want to be there and at the top every year.
Yeah, Australia's probably had a better record the last few years.
World record!
Excellence managed to bring them home. No way! Unbelievable!
There's the world record!
Obviously, USA, Canada, and all these European countries are right up there now too.
Yeah, it's nice to break world records, but we're there to get the gold medal. If we break the world record along the way, that's good. But our main goal is to win the gold medal, and if that comes along the way, well, yeah, we'll celebrate that as well. It's been done a few times. To do it again would mean everything, you know, like I've put a lot into this sport. But I see ourselves, Australia and USA in the final, yeah.
Whew. I'm sweating. This heat, unbelievable. Australia, 9-time champions, 5 times in a row. Can they do it 6 in a row here today? Or will Sweden take them out? Let's find out. Stock saw is underway. There we see Lawrence O'Toole up against Pontaschia. Both of them been solid all day long. Pontaschia a little bit faster, heading it over to Ferry Swan now, and Braden Meyer on the underhand chop. Ferry Swan trying to keep pace with Braden Meyer. Braden Meyer onto that second side. Ferry Swan onto his second side, about 4 drivers behind Braden Meyer. Braden Meyer is through. Brad DeLosa, an absolute legend on that single saw, and now Sweden is falling behind. They're in a bit of trouble here as Kalle Svadling is going to try and play catch up on that single saw, but wow, Lawrence O'Toole, Braden Meyer, these guys have all done such a great job to get to Brad DeLosa, and now it's over to Mitch Argent on the standing block chop. Emil Hansen is right there with them, but Mitch Argent on that second side. It looks like it's going to be Australia for the 6th time in a row and their 10th time overall, and they have done it. Wow, unbelievable. This team is not to be beaten, folks. Sweden, what a fantastic run they had today. Unfortunately, it's a silver for them.
And your world champions for 2025, Team Australia!
What a world championship. What a thrilling final. Another well-deserved victory for the Chopperoos. Even the Swedes are applauding. And let's hear what the podium finishers have to say.
Today atmosphere is very nice in Milano. We are very happy because this is second time staying podium on team, and we are the best.
Go! Yeah, thank you very much. We did a really good start today with a good time trial, and that's set the whole competition for us. And we did really good times all through the competition, so we're really happy with the performance today. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a great competition. We were lucky enough to get better and better and get right through to the final and get the win. But yeah, there was a few hiccups along the way, a few surprises. So it was really good to race Sweden in the final. It was first time for them. So yeah, we had a really dominant day, sort of led all the way, and it was great to get the gold.
All right, time for the awards ceremony. In a strong 3rd place, Poland. This is the Polish team's 2nd podium finish following 2017. Back then, they were 1 step higher and secured the silver medal. And this is definitely not the last time we'll see the young Polish team on the podium. The Grunwald brothers are only 20 and 22 years old and absolute talents. And there are your runners-up, Sweden. For the first time in its history, the Swedish Timbersports team steps onto the podium. And also on the podium, Tova Njöstad, the first woman on the podium at a STIHL Timbersports World Championship. And our gold medalists once again, the Chopperoos from Australia, a familiar sight. What dominance from the Australians. 10 titles in total, 6 in a row. The last time they were beaten in a team competition was over 8 years ago. Incidentally, the last team to beat the Chopperoos is standing next to them, Poland.
Once again, Team Poland.
And finally, as usual, the champagne shower. Braden Meyer says, nope, I'm going to drink mine. So the final results, Australia wins the STIHL Timbersports Team World Championship 2025 ahead of Sweden in 2nd place and Poland in 3rd. New Zealand and the USA come 4th and 5th. Switzerland finishes in 6th place. 6th place is higher than last year in Toulouse. Great Britain, Belgium, and France take 7th, 8th, and 9th places respectively. The Italian home team is in 10th place, achieving its best result in a Team World Championship since 2014.
And with that, the highlights of the day coming your way. I bid you farewell. We'll see you again next year for STIHL Timbersports.